Steven Spielberg, you did the impossible, buddy. West Side Story is the latest adaptation of the classic 1961 film and the Broadway musical of the same name. This is a remake adaptation of West Side Story. This is directed by Steven Spielberg. This stars Rachel Zegler in her first film debut, Ansel Elgort, Ariana DeBose, David Alvarez, Brian the Arcade James, Mike Feist, and Rita Moreno, and Maddie Ziegler in a small role. Love at first sight strikes when young Tony spots Maria at a high school dance in 1957 New York City. Their burgeoning romance helps to fuel the fire between the warring Jets and Sharks, two rival gangs vying and fighting for control of the streets. When it comes to West Side Story, the remake, I was a little nervous about it because I am a fan of the original 1961 classic film. I saw that one back in high school for 10th grade. We had to do it as part of a theater class. I got the chance to play Officer Krupke in that show. Broadway play. In for class, and I have fun doing West Side Story with my other classmates, and we did have to watch the movie. And if you saw my top 100 favorite movies of all time, the original West Side Story made that list in the top high tier of the movies. But I admit, when Steven Spielberg's name was attached, and his writer Tony Kushner, who wrote movies like Lincoln and such, was attached to it, I became very interested in seeing what they were going to do. I am a fan of musicals, and lately musicals this year has not been having the greatest luck in terms of box office, but in terms of my enjoyment of them, I have been liking them. Dear Evan Hansen, it has problems, but I was one of the few people who didn't hate it. I didn't make it out to be the greatest thing in the world, but I didn't hate it. I did enjoy it for what it was. In the Heights, I think, is very good, and I didn't see Vivo or Tick Tick Boom, but the other Disney musical I did see was Encanto, and I reviewed Encanto on this channel a few days ago. But going into West Side Story, I had some very extreme excitement when I finally saw pictures of it and when I saw the trailers for it and all who was going to be involved in it. Of course, there was some controversy towards the movie, mainly because of two things. One of them is because of the main actress is playing a Puerto Rican and she's American, which at the end of the day, that controversy was just freaking stupid.
Stop it. Get some help.
You are made of stupid.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Then there's the whole Ansel Elgort situation, which I'm not going to get into it. We're not condoning what he's done. We are not condoning anything. I'm not talking about it. He said, I'm not let it go. I'm just separating the art from the artist. So I watched it yesterday, and here is what I have to say about the new West Side Story. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. This is not only one of my favorites in the year, but this is in the top 10 somewhere. At least number 9, because not only I think this is a great companion piece to the original classic Broadway play, but this stands out on its own heavily well to the 1961 film. in leaps and bounds, and I was very much impressed with what this movie did. I loved it. Kicking it off with the positives, easily the biggest positive is the level of passion Steven Spielberg shows for West Side Story. You can tell that Steven Spielberg, he is a fan of the original West Side Story. You can tell that he loves the classic Broadway play, and he had a big task because not only he was making a movie that he loved growing up, but he also had to make this a great adaptation and he can be. And I gotta tell you, his passion is 100% on screen. He's able to take the original movie and not only respect the original movie as well as he does, but he makes it his own as well, which is what a remake is supposed to do. You're not only supposed to stand on your own as from the original, but you're also supposed to respect the version that came before you. And he basically took pages what Peter Jackson did with his remake of King Kong and respected the source material. And I applaud the movie for actually doing that, because it definitely knows exactly what it's setting out to do. It knows that it's a remake of a classic film, and Steven Spielberg, he and his screenwriter and his production team were all on the same page when they're making this. It's a $100 million budget film, so the directing and the romance portion with Tony and Maria, the dance moments, even the whole rivalry war between sharks and jets is very much fluid into the movie. And it is great passion put into it. He has a lot of passion for it. You can tell he has passion. He really cares about wanting to do the classic story of West Side Story justice, and he succeeded with what he's trying to do. Incredible dance choreography from everything, from the opening scene to the dance choreography. Everything in West Side Story is well done. You get some fantastic dancing in the film. I think the choreographers work very hard with the actors and actresses involved on both sides of the sharks and the jets to make everything feel great. And I do feel like the choreography should at least get an Oscar nomination next year. On top of that, the production design, costume design, and the cinematography by Janusz Kaminski. This is a very visually looking film for the eyes. It's very visually looking, it's very stylistic. There is a level of intensity, there's a level of passion involved when it comes to the cinematography and the technological standpoint for it. Everything about it, you feel like you're back into the 1957 world of New York City. And it definitely knows exactly what it's going to do. And it succeeded my expectations on what the whole look of this version was going to be. Because of Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner's incredible direction and incredible screenplay, there are lines from the original film said here, and there is some new things they try to add into it. So it definitely has to stick to the formula of West Side Story, but it makes it all worthwhile as you watch the movie. I do love the musical numbers in the film. The musical numbers, every time a song played, I was getting right into the swing of things. The music, of course, is still very much arranged and adapted from the original score, but it adds a lot of alterations made to the Broadway score for the 1961 film, and it's well done here. And a lot of the songs were pre-recorded and uses playback on set, which is really good. And everything with the songs are really good. The songs definitely matches exactly what you feel. None of the songs in this movie are bad, and there's a lot of reworked song song versions of this music in the film. So they had an impossible task to do it with Leonard Bernstein and the late Stephen Sondheim, who he did pass away for this. So if they did not get the songs or the feel right for this movie, this would easily be a pretty average at best musical. So that was the number one thing you had to get right, was the songs and the feel and the look. Let's get into the performances, of course. This Rachel Zegler, this is a incredible acting debut for Rachel Zegler, and she already has a few projects on her hands already. She has the Shazam sequel, which comes out in 2023. Then she's going to be taking over as Snow White in the Disney live-action film version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, with Gal Gadot as the evil queen. So I'm very interested to see what she does there. So I'm interested to see how this is gonna go. And with her as Maria, I bought her as Maria. She has exactly what you want out of the character Maria. Yes, she's not Puerto Rican. Get over it. But she does a very good job in the role. You also have Ansel Elgort as Tony. I think he does a pretty good job in his role. Putting aside the controversy towards him, he's good in the movie. I'll say that. Ariana DeBose as Anita was another one of my favorite standouts. I thought she was great. David Alvarez as Bernardo. I very much loved his performance. He definitely got down Bernardo to a T. He's pretty much overprotective of Maria. He doesn't like the Jets, the Sharks. He's pretty much exactly how everything is in the original film. The rest of the cast: Mike Face as Riff, Rita Moreno from the original film as Valentina, Brian the R.C. James as Officer Krupke, Corey Stoll as Lieutenant Shrink, even going as far as Maddie Ziegler, who definitely, this is a better movie for her than Music was this year, because Music was pretty terrible. Three of the Jets from the original film, who played the Mouthpiece, Snowboy, and Tiger, appear as extras. So everything about the performances of this movie is fantastic. Music is great. I think the technical aspects is great. I was enjoying it. The production values, and this is very faithful to the source material, and it is very superior to its original 1961 counterpart, and it stands on its own. That's what I like about this one. It stood on its own. It didn't have to be hand-spooned. It stood on its own, and that's what I very much appreciated about this. And the movie definitely it won me over in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, it won me over. The movie's 2 hours and 36 minutes long, so it does take its time setting everything up, but after the first 30 minutes, it gets straight to it. It gets straight to it. It doesn't stop. It's very fast paced, and I enjoy myself with it. One issue I do have with this, there's only one little issue, and that is when it comes to when the characters are speaking in Spanish. It's not subtitled, but I do feel like there was a way you could translate it a bit. That is really my only issue with the film, of course, because there's not much anything else I can say negative about this. I was very happy with this. At the end of the day, West Side Story, definitely one of my favorites of the year. Definitely my favorite musical of 2021. I was very happy how this turned out. I think Steven Spielberg took the original classic and the Broadway counterpart and made it his own movie, but also respecting the faithfulness. It is great from his directing, is passionate, the dance choreography is there. I cared about the love story between Tony and Maria, the rivalry between Sharks and Jets. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. It's definitely going to go on my best of the year, because if I don't put it on my best of the year, I'm not doing this movie disservice. And this movie is not doing too well right now, so I do hope you guys go check it out in theaters. It is worth seeing. Don't let the controversy or anything stop you from watching this, because you're missing out on a very amazing film. So definitely watch this. Give the movie that money, and I'm giving this a better than Vampire Academy. I was very happy with West Side Story. Comment section down below, what did you guys think of West Side Story? Did you like it? Do you hate it? Which one do you prefer? This one or the 1961 one? And if you've seen the Broadway show, let me know. Be sure to, in the comment section down below, let's talk about it. Be sure to like this video, comment down below, and be sure to share this video, as well as hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when more videos like this are up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.